Even if a loved one has died, that does not mean that he or she has completely disappeared from our lives. The earthly world is in close connection with the spiritual world, so very often certain situations that seem to us mere coincidences may be messages from those who are no longer among us. Spirits have certain special powers, but also certain preferences when it comes to communicating with their loved ones. I invite you to find out below what are the signs that a loved one is trying to communicate with you from the other world. 1. You find coins. Spirits can make coins appear in unusual places to try to get your attention. In this way, they tell you that you should value yourself more or that you will have prosperity in life. In general, we find coins around the house, in handbags we forgot about, or in subway stations, and this may lead us to believe that it is a simple coincidence, but not a spiritual intervention. Well, to be able to distinguish situations, the next time you find a penny, pay attention to the place where you found it or to that circumstance. By the way, the date that appears on the coin could have a meaning for you. 2. Your dog is staring blankly. Just like children, dogs can feel the presence of those who are no longer with us. When your pet appears to be watching an invisible fly, barking or growling for no reason, or behaving as if it were playing with someone, even though no one is there, they are more likely to notice the presence of a spirit. If animals behave in such a way that it is difficult for you to do so, then your spiritual guides are trying to encourage you. 3. You smell cigarettes. Have you ever smelled a strong odor or a special scent around you and never understood where it came from? It could be a sign that your loved ones who are no longer alive are trying to communicate with you. Spirits can manifest a scent or fragrance that you associate with your loved ones, just to let them know that they are close to you. It can be perfume, cigarette scent, or any other distinct and unique scent. 4. Flashing lights. Spirits can easily manipulate electricity, both of which are forms of energy that vibrate at a very high frequency. If you have lights flickering in the house, if certain light bulbs go out without explanation, or if appliances such as televisions and radios break down, it may mean that the spirit of a loved one is nearby. This is a simple way to greet you. 5. Young children. Have you ever been struck by the insight of a small child? Has it ever happened to a small child in your family to say something very wise that they would not have understood at that time? Well, sometimes children can be considered messengers for their family and loved ones who are no longer with them. Spirits connect much more easily with children because they are always anchored in the present, and their intuitive senses are much more developed. They may feel the presence of a spirit around them and will send certain messages that they do not even understand to their family. 6. Love songs. The spirits of loved ones can communicate with you through the lyrics of a song that reminds you of them. They may try to help you solve problems with songs that have a special theme or message. If you've just listened to a song that gave you the answer to that long-held question, it could be that you've just received help from a loved one who is no longer alive. 7. Dreams. Spirits like to communicate with us through dreams. During sleep, the mind and reason are at rest, and consciousness and intuition work much better. If you have a dream that a loved one has died, it means that you have been visited by her spirit. Following such dreams, you will be left with certain impressions or long-term perspectives that will help you throughout your life. 8. Messages on billboards. Sometimes your spiritual guides will try to get your attention with your words. Moreover, they may try to send you certain messages with the help of billboards, advertisements, street names, or even with the help of brochures that simply appear in front of you while walking down the street. In general, all the messages that you will find printed on them will answer certain questions that you could not find the answer to. 9. Signs in the sky. The spirits of loved ones can also try to communicate with you through the rainbows. They are a symbol of divine love. If you needed the help and support of a loved one who is no longer alive and a rainbow appeared in the sky, that means that person wanted to remind you that they are always watching over you and that you are not alone. Of course, all these signs can be simple coincidences, but your intuition will never fail. What do you think about the way spirits try to communicate with us? Have you ever been in such a situation?